Hello, everyone. I'm Nadja Callender, Deputy Chief of Family and Community Partnerships at Houston ISD. Welcome to our latest Student Success Town Hall, where we're talking about one of the most exciting parts of a student's experience, extracurricular enrichment through athletics and academic competition. At HISD, we believe that education extends beyond the classroom. Through programs like UIL, or the University Interscholastic League, and district athletics, students build up confidence, leadership, discipline, and community, all of which contribute to their long-term success in school and in life. Whether they're competing on the field, performing on the stage, or testing their academic skills against students across the district, HISD students are showing us every day what they're capable of. Joining me today to talk more about this work is Andre Walker, Senior Executive Director of Athletics and UIL Activities for HISD. Andre, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
so exciting. It's my
Yes,
best
ma'am.
part. So for those people who don't know about UIL or haven't heard about it, can you talk a little bit about what it is and share how families and students can get involved?
Okay, so when you talk about the University Interscholastic League, it started in 1910.
Oh, wow.
Right. So it's been around for a long time, and it started at the University of Texas. And the goal was to give student athletes another opportunity, as you stated earlier, through sport as well as academics. It's all about educational base, right? And so there are many branches of the UIL. One I will mention is the Legislative Council. Legislative Council is made up of 32 superintendents from around the state, from 1A all the way up to 6A. They come together, they don't make rules, but they listen to parents, to student athletes, to principals, to other superintendents, to athletic directors. And they are given guidance from them as to what they want to see. They vote on it, they talk about it. Sometimes they wait, maybe a year or so later that they talk about it again. So it just all depends on what that subject is, right? But we are a HISD, we follow those rules because we are a member district. And we make sure that any rules that they have out there, rules and regulations, we make sure we follow them through our athletic programs and our UIL academic programs as well. And so the UIL is great to me. I serve on the officials committee with the UIL, and officials are a big piece of what we do, because without officials, we can't do what we do, and kids can't participate. And so there's a lot of branches and arms of it. But parents just need to know that our district is a part of the UIL. Get their kids involved in anything that's on their campus that deals with academics, UIL academics, and our athletics.
So yeah, I was really surprised to hear the range of things that are over UIL. Can you talk a little bit about some of the different offerings that maybe people haven't heard of? Like, we know about football,
right?
But what else?
I mean, there's football, there's volleyball, there's cross country, there's track, there's swim, there's wrestling. The latest is water polo. Water polo has been sanctioned for 3 years now, and we have some strong water polo programs. When you think about water polo, it's a very fun but physical sport. I mean, it's almost like you playing basketball, volleyball underneath the water, right? And so, again, mention basketball, golf, tennis. Those are the things that we offer, and those are the things that we want our kids to get involved in, because we fully understand that if a kid is a part of an athletic program, they do better in school.
Yeah, wonderful. So can you talk a little bit about some of the highlights from this year's competitions? How are they helping students support that academic growth you keep mentioning?
Wow, when you're talking about the highlights, there were so many.
Yeah.
I mean, we can start with Sophia at Bel Air, who made it to state in cross country. This is her third year in a row. She has another year left. She's been there the whole time. We can talk about Layla over at Carnegie. She's a senior now. She's medaled 3 years in a row at the state track meet. I mean, we could talk about the 3 boys basketball team for the first time in the history of the UIL, and of course the history of this district. That's Booker T, Wheatley, and Bel Air. I mean, that was an amazing ride. And then you can talk about our wrestlers. We've had some amazing, San Diego out at Westside, 4 years participating, 4 years in state. Yeah. I mean, that says a lot. And then we end up with track, and I know I've missed some, but we end up with track and Lamar High School 6A boys track champions. I mean, that was amazing to watch. Those kids and those coaches put in so much hard work. And when your athletics programs are going well, normally your school follows that trend.
Right. Yeah. Everybody got so excited to hear and see the progress of those students and so many more that got involved. So we know that participation in sports doesn't just make you more physically fit or help you be a better leader, help you manage your time, all the things, makes you more resilient. What role do athletics play in student development across HISD? And how are we supporting access to those opportunities across all of our campuses?
So first, let me use Kate as an example. Kate is a wrestler at Bel Air.
Okay.
Regional tournament. I have the opportunity to be right there by the mat while she's competing. When you looked at the time, when you looked at the score, she was done. It was over. If you looked at those things. But when you looked at her, you knew it wasn't over. And she ended up winning and moving on to state. So when you talk about that time management and all those pieces, I saw all of that in Kate. She's going to carry that, and all of our athletes are going to carry that from whatever playing surface they play on through life. And when they get jobs in the real world, they're still going to have those things that's going to help carry them throughout. The translation, how does it translate? I just talked about how it translates to life and how those experiences that they have really help them move forward and be able to deal with disappointment, be able to deal with things not going their way. They can go back and rely on or think back on some of the experience they had in athletics or UIL competitions, academic competitions, and they can build off that. You know, we have programs at most of our schools. Not all of them have everything. So I encourage parents to really, when you're looking for a school and your kid want to be a part of one of those programs, look and see if that school offer that, because we're going to support them if that school has it. We're going to support those student athletes, because more, again, I have to say it again, the more the kids participate in UIL academics or UIL athletics, they become better students.
Wonderful. So I'd love for you to highlight a few standout moments or student athlete achievements from this year that made you especially proud. And I know you talked about some of the students you got to see participate, but any other that you want to highlight?
My proudest moment, and I had a lot of them, the proudest moment was in defeat, okay? When you're at the state basketball tournament, when that state game is over, kids are chosen, coaches as well. They are rushed into a press conference room. They have press from around the state looking at them, waiting to see what they say. And we had student athletes, again, from Bel Air, from Booker T. Washington, as well as Wheatley, was able to stand at that podium or sit at that podium and give powerful messages in defeat. That is very difficult. And I think that was the proudest moment for me, to listen to those coaches and those student athletes, and to be able to let those principals know how well those kids represented themselves, their families, their communities, their school, our department, and this district as a whole was one of my proudest moments. Yeah.
I think that is a really big character building.
Yes, I agree.
So I know that for many sports, a physical is required. Can you talk a little bit about how families can get this piece of work done prior to a start of a new season? So
you're right. Physicals, you must have a physical. And we let our coaches know this, and we say this over and over again, before any kid touches any playing surface, they must have a physical. That is very, very important. And so right now, they can start. May 15th was the day that they could start getting physicals for the 2025-2026 school year. Those forms are on the UIL website as well as the HISD Athletics website. They can find those physical forms. Most of our high schools will have doctors or nurse practitioners come over, and they invite our middle schools over as well to help with that process. And we also have a lot of our middle schools that will have doctors or nurse practitioners come over as well. So those kids can get those physicals before school is out. So when schools start or this summer workouts, they're ready to go.
Right, yeah. Sunrise Centers also partnered with Memorial Hermann to provide summer sports physicals for students who are underinsured, uninsured, or in need of updated documentation for sports participation. Families can visit Sunrise Centers at Mission Milby, West Orem YMCA, or Baker Ripley Gulfton Sharpstown the week of June 18th from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for sports physical. Thank you, Andre, so much for being here, for everything that you do and your team is doing to create these rich and meaningful experiences for HISD students. And thank you to all the coaches, families, and staff who make it happen. To find out more about summer physicals, UIL competitions, or HISD athletics, visit our website. We're proud of our students' growth and achievements this year, and we can't wait to see what they'll accomplish next year. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at our next Student Success Town Hall. That was good.
Okay, good. Thank you.